Hello, fellow train sim foamers and enjoyers. Hello, hope you're doing well out there. Welcome to another train simulator video. Today, got something pretty special. Well, very, very special, I'll say. So, as a lot of you may know, a couple of months ago, around the beginning of the year, 2022, this pack, the EMD F40PH in Amtrak liveries, the enhancement pack for it anyway, was due to come out. And the guys and gals creating it kind of took a bit of a well-deserved break. This is a big enhancement pack. There's a lot going on here, and I'm going to try to cover as much of it as I possibly can. I probably will not tick all the boxes, dot all the T's, and cross all the I's. That probably won't happen, but I'll try my best. Now, I know they've been working diligently on this thing again. It should be out by the time I get done making this video, I would imagine. So it should be out now, I hope. Fingers and toes and testicles crossed. Let's hope it's out. I'm pretty sure it will be out. If not, I'll just delete this video and this never happened. But anyway, we got a lot to go over. They got back in. They started cranking it back out. We've got a lot more stuff to go over now because what was due to be released was great. Now it is great-er. Much greater. There's a lot more going on here. But we're going to take a look at it. So again, this is the Amtrak EMD F40PH Enhancement Pack. I am not really going to go over what the EMD F40PH is and what it was to Amtrak and other various railroads to this day still use these quite a bit, all over the Warudo included. So if you'd like to know a bit about these, either go and check out the previous video that I made of these things, or go hop on a wiki page and do some reading. Put on your reading spectacles and do some reading. But anyway, all you will need for this pack, the only thing you will need for this pack is the California Zephyr DLC. It is also called, I believe, it's under RSC, and it is the F40 Pack 01, I think. But anyway, there's a lot to go over here. So what I'm going to try to do first and foremost is we're going to have a look at the equipment and everything that this pack encompasses. Alright, I'll stop talking stupid. Well, I'll try to anyway. Can't make any promises. Everything that it encompasses, we'll take a look at it, and then we're going to take a ride and listen and kind of mess with everything that can be messed with. Because like I said, since the initial build of this thing, a lot has changed. A lot. And I'm glad I haven't really looked at it until like the last day or so, because I'm excited to see what all's been done. I still really don't have a clue. And big shout out to the folks that did this thing and finished it and are releasing it, because it is amazing. It's a great pack. It's definitely needed for North American train sim content. And I hope they keep making some really good stuff like this, personally. I really, really do. But, so what you're going to get, we'll look at the locomotives here first and foremost. The Phase 4 on our left, Phase 2 right here. And then we got a couple versions of the Phase 3. There's going to be a no-ditch variant. And then there are two with marker and class light variants. And as you can see, this one does not have the strobes up top, while this one does. So a lot of variations. Plus, if you look at the marker lights or class lights on that one, they're white because they can be changed from, I believe, white, red, and green, and then these are just red, sort of like tails, if you will. So there's five of these now, essentially. But this is the Phase 4, so these things have been completely overhauled. These are brand new 4K textures, and they were touched up. So the initial pack when it was going to be released, did not have these updated textures. So, just going to take a... Oh, that noise. This is like ASMR right here. We're going to be riding in these things in a hot minute. We're going to take a look first, though. Very, very, very crispy. Look at that. Yeah, that is 4,000 pixels. I think that's how it works, right? 4K? It's actually 4,000 pixels, right? Or is it more pixels? I don't know. I'm not that technical, but it looks amazing. Very sharp. Look at these lines. Yeah. And I do know that this model, for whatever reason, wasn't the easiest model to work on in some cases. But they got it done. Amtrak lettering and logo looks very spiff, might say as well. Of course, they have got the Searchlight Simulations coupler on here, so that is too legit to quit all day, every day, as you can see. Of course, they got permission from Searchlight Simulations themselves to put this beautiful coupler on this thing, so that's what you're looking at there. Yeah. This looks way better than I recall. The back as well. There's no weird kind of bleeding edges or overlapping or anything. It looks very fresh, certifiably, as far as I can tell. Much nice. And of course, this pack isn't just the engines. Now, they are important, obviously. It is called the EMD F40PH Enhancement Pack, but it does contain superliners and baggage cars as well, which I've got sitting over there. You can kind of see in the distance. We'll hop over there in a minute. Let's hop on to one of my favorites, the Phase 2. Again, all new textures for all of these. All 4K textures. And I'd like to add as well, performance. I'm not really getting much of a performance hit at all. I'm sitting pretty at about 40 frames right now. Now, this is the racetrack, obviously. Chicago to Aurora, the map. And it is not the best with frames. So the fact that I've got all this rolling stock sitting here, and my frames are still pretty spicy, that says very good things. So, that's looking good so far. Again, it's still got the same nice coupler there. Oh, even on the hinges. Okay. That looks nice. Done very well. Some nice shading there in between the panels with the ribs. Very nice again. Now, these guys that made this thing are damn near perfectionists, and I don't think I'm going to find anything astray or awry, if I'm honest. It just looks good. This is like what I would imagine to see, you know, with train simulator content in the day and age that we currently live. You know, these things are on point. It's Phase 3, of course. The white outline around the Amtrak itself there. The red, white, and blizzy. 3-stripe, got the white around the black numbering here. That looks very nice as well. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. A little bit of dirtying up here on the white stripe too, and it's in different spots, like it's not the same all throughout. That looks tough. That looks tough. Here's the other one with the ditches and the strobes. Very nice. And the one without. God dang. And we've got so many places to use these in Train Simulator. It'd be nice to have more, you know. More is always good. But yeah, those look a lot better. New 4K textures, which they initially did not have back in March, as far as I can recall. But yeah. Okay. All right. Let's hop over to the soups here. Now, these have been faithfully done as well. These were touched up a lot. And it's very quiet, so I can stop screaming now. Actually, I can talk a little bit more normal and less crazy person. But these are just as important. I mean, yes, it's nice to have some engines, but let's not forget the actual coaches here, the rolling stock. They're very important. So one of the big things that was done initially several months ago were the trucks. Now, a lot of you may remember the default trucks for this stuff and the wheels and axles and all that good stuff. They were just very white, bright, shiny. They did not look that great. So it's nice that they were darkened up quite a bit to actually match the locomotives themselves. This, of course, is the Phase 2 bagage. And these were done in, I believe these are all 4K textures as well. Ooh-wee. I mean, they've got all kinds of stuff. The new textures, alone, new audio, physics, function from the head-end power. You can actually hear them kick on. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I can't help it. We'll actually run these in a minute. I just want to look at them first. But there's a lot of stuff to go over. In my giddy little schoolgirl excitement, I'll probably forget some stuff as usual. That's a Phase 2, Phase 3 here, of course. Still look very good. And Phase 4. Now, this here, initially the Phase 4, I believe, engine, the F40 was going to be in the pack back earlier this year, but I don't know about the rolling stock. Now, you got Phase 4. I mean, you could easily charge money for this pack. Easily. And it would be totally worth it. So the fact that this is a free enhancement, like these guys, very hard handshakes and sweaty bear man hugs with hairy backs. Like, seriously, because this is some good stuff here. So anyway, you're going to get all the Phase 4 stuff as well, which is pretty cool. Then we've got the coach baggage, the Transitionals, Phase 4. And again, like, crispy. Look at this lining, crispy. And the soup lettering. Yeah. It's gorgeous. There's no weirdness, with the overlay of the S on top of the stripes. It looks beefy. It looks very beefy. Phase 3, of course. And Deuce. The Deuce. And we got the straight up coaches over here. 2, 3, and 4. Now, the tail lenses on these, or the marker lights, were reworked as well, if I'm not mistaken. And they've got new flares and new coloring as well. So those should look very spicy. Of course, we'll check those out. I mean, I can't even recall what these look like in their default state, but I don't think I want to. I mean, these look phenomenal, just like the engines. Even these little markers here, I think those were touched up as well. Let the train staff know if the doors are closed and they're good to go. These little vents here, I believe these were reworked as well. Man, oh man. Okay. All right, we're getting there. Dining car. 2, 3, and 4. And we'll start over here. So we got the Sightseer Lounge. Now there's an extra one of these. I believe it's a prototype. So it's Quattro. There's 3. Oop. Just got inside one there. 3. Believe this was the prototype there. And then 2. Lounge Cafe. Very legit. Very, very legit. Sleeping car as well. Kind of got them a bit too close. So 2, 3, and 4. So you got 3 complete freaking redone sets. This is just insane. And this special guy sitting over here, which is a transition sleeper, which this thing was added to as well. So you got a lot of stuff with this pack. So that's all the stock. We took a very brief and quick look at it. Next, we're going to go into the menu and we'll show you all the quick drives that you can just basically use to your heart's desire with these things. So let's go check it out. Alrighty then, welcome to Arizona. We are currently sat on the current BNSF Seligman sub, just west of Winslow, which is down there behind the train. We're facing Flagstaff, which is part of the Southwest Chiefs route. And I've loaded up, as you can see here, the very beautiful Phase 4 F40s and rolling stock as well. Now this of course is part of all the quick drives, which is pretty cool. So you just basically, you want to do a quick drive, you just hop in, you choose, whatever map you got, choose the consist you want to do, and go. It's that simple. But a few things I'd like to go over. Again, a lot of stuff was done with this. Not only, class and marker lights, there's cold start with priming, dynamics, they call Dynam X. It's their own proprietary exhaust system, essentially, which has exhaust particles depending on, RPMs, all that good stuff. It's got head-end power, of course, because you got to power the coaches and give the people behind you some nice air conditioning and lighting, of course. So that is operable. It's got the 4K textures. Cab has been recolored to Detroit Diesel Green, which looks very nice. Got isolation switches, sort of like Searchlight simulation stuff, if you're familiar with their fantastic wares. PCS functionality for the brake system, the air brake system on the locomotives. It's just essentially got a freaking buffet of quick drive concepts, like I mentioned. Realistic headlights. New physics, new sounds. One of the big things that I like with the pack are the physics. So the physics with the superliners have been, I believe the weight or the drag coefficient has been changed so they feel heavy, because this stuff by default within the game was always super light. And as soon as you would throw it in a first notch, it would just take off like a freaking jackrabbit. It was insane. So it's different now. It feels very, very nice. It's got strobe light effect, which you can toggle for those with photolight sensitivities. Virtual windows. Now this is very neat as well. This is a new thing. So it's got virtual windows. The windows cannot open as per part of the original model that this is, but they made a virtual window option. So you hit a key, the sound changes. It's like having the window open. How freaking sweet is that? And wipers, which have new function, different variable speeds. And then, of course, the completely overhauled Superliner set. There's all kinds of stuff you can do here. It is a big, big, big set. A couple of the things that have been added, most notably since when I last messed around with it, was the NZTS workshops, or New Zealand Train Sim. The guys that came out with like the DJ Locomotive pack and the Midland line, some very nice stuff on that side of the world in Train Sim, which is very cool. They allowed the use of their truck audio, so we'll hear some new actual rail noise, which is pretty cool. Kind of a first time thing here. The new 16645 E3C prime mover audio samples, which very nice. Smokebox had some assistance with the implementation of the horn switching feature, which I totally forgot to mention, so I'll mention it right now. You can change the horn on the fly. You could do that before, but the horns have been updated, and they sound very crispy as usual. I don't know if I'm missing anything else. I probably am, but I'm going to just hop right into it right now. The first thing that I think is really cool, so, and literally, I don't know why I laughed like that. You'll see in a minute, I guess. These things have a toggleable air conditioning unit. A lot of these things, when they were made, They didn't have AC, man. It was hot. Like, they just had to have the windows open, you know, or whatever. I don't know what they did. Maybe they sat in the cab naked when it was really hot. I'm not really sure what they did in the, you know, the 70s and 80s and 90s. But anyway, so this is pretty neat. To do this, you just hit Shift A. Bam! There's your air conditioner unit. Hit it again. Bam! She gone. How freaking cool is that? On the fly. We'll hop in, of course, look at the interior. So we got a new Detroit diesel green cab. Kind of retexture and recolor touch up, which looks very, very nice, might I add. So that's new as well. It's been freshened up interior-wise as well as exterior. Now, we're going to get this thing going in a minute. I kind of just want to go over a few things first, as usual. Try and get them out of the way before I forget. I've got the attention span of a sand gnat. Of course, the lights, which look very nice. They have low, medium, and bright. There's with the ditchies. So that's H, just like everything else in Transcend pretty much. N is your number boards. Popped in bad, mamma jammas on. M are the marker lights. So off and on. And then, of course, in the back, and look at that. That's a nice effect on that light as well, might I add. The back you can operate as well. So I believe that's Shift M. There we go. Now let's see, Shift H. There we go. Control Shift H. So if you need to run this thing in reverse, there you go. You got lights. Good to go. Shut those back off. Nope. Nope. It's not what I want to do. Looking for the markers. There we go. Get out of here. All right. So let's see. What have we covered? So we got those. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Think. All right. Tell you what. We'll do the horn. So the horn thing on the fly, which is a very cool feature as well. Shift, Control, Spacebar. So that's the old cast P5A. Here we go. I like. That's very good. That's a very good sound. I like it a lot. That is a very nice sound. Now, one thing they are actively working on is sound distances with the horns. So there may be a patch soon, couple weeks, couple months. I don't really know to fix it. But as of right now, if you're up close, sounds great. And then the farther back you go, that's kind of short. It's probably medium right here, medium distance. I believe that is where it's going to get louder. And then if you back up farther, it's almost indiscernible. So I believe that's going to be patched, if I recall. So that's P5. We'll switch it to the K5LA, I think. There it is, big bore K5LA. Before, it was wide font. And like an idiot, I said wide front, if you recall from the last video I made. So it's big bore now. We'll try this one out. Very nice. Very damn good horn. That thing sounds phenomenal. And then, oh, look at the sun going down. Tried to do like a, man, I'm taking too long. We got to go. But it'll give us a chance to check out the headlights because that's a cool feature as well. So we'll back up with the horn here. A little bit more. Now, of course, the newer K5LA was a little bit more bassy, had a little bit more to it than the old P5. See, I feel like you can hear this one a bit more at a distance, but again, I think they're working on this actively, and it will be patched or updated at some point in time, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, the old beautiful EMD steel bell with a B key. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, this thing is gorgeous. All right, let's fire this son of a biscuit up. Now, I want to do an exterior and an interior. Hopefully, we'll still have some daylight here. So we'll go ahead and turn the headlights on. We'll get them all the way on here. So this headlight scripting that's done with this stuff, which is some very cool, kind of, we'll say new age for train sim, because it kind of is. You don't get light casting when there's ample sunlight or daylight, right? So you're not going to see that crazy, ridiculous brightness. Now, you see that? The sun dipped over the horizon. Now we've got that almost worked perfectly there. I didn't even mean for that to happen. The sun dipped down. Now you have actual light in front of you. And look how realistic that looks. And, of course, it'll look better, you know, the darker it gets. And I believe it works going through tunnels and things of that nature. So, first things first, let's make sure, let's get our HUD open here. So we've got her in idle. We're going to do DVD, let's see, isolation switch. So that's I. We're going to set it to start, stop, isolate, because we're going to be starting her up here. Next, you're going to want to prime it. So you're going to hit Shift P. It's going to do its thing, get the engine all ready. And as soon as this is done, you just hit the Y key. And she's ready to roll. But wait, there's more. The shutdown, which sounds equally nice. So you just hit Y again, I believe, to shut it down, or Shift Y, sorry. I love the clanking and sputtering and turbo winding down. That sounds really damn good. So we'll go inside. Prepare your ear holes. I got the light on in here. Alright, so let's put it back. Might have to reset it, so I'm going to set it back to start, stop, isolate. Let's see, what is it? Prime it, I believe, is Shift P. And then Y. And she is alive. God, that interior idle. I literally, like, when I installed this earlier today, I sat here and just listened to this for probably a solid 10 minutes. I didn't do anything. I just sat here and listened to this noise right here. Like, I could fall asleep to this. Whimsical dream state. It sounds bananas. Alright, so let's go ahead and fire the stuff on inside here. So let me get them cab lights off. Let's put her in run. So just like the Searchlight stuff, you're going to hit I, set it back and run. So you should be good to go. Now, we are currently at 410 RPM, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, that's legit. So head-in power is going to be 900. So that's going to rev the engine up max. That's how head-in power works for these train sets. So that's going to be loud and it's going to be amazing. Alright, so let's turn some of the stuff on in here, shall we? Let's see, what do we got? What's the interior lights? I believe it's Shift I. There we go. Nice sound, and of course the light as well. And then we've got these sounds. Alright, so she's forward. I'm going to go ahead and throw the loco brake all the way on as well. There we go. Alright, and we will start the head-in power. It's going to become a screamer. Alright, let's see if I can remember. Head-in power, head-in power. I think it's H. No, I've got a manual. Hold on, let me look at that. Again, I'd also like to add, I totally forgot, there's a very, very nice manual for this whole thing. Which will come with the download as well. What the heck is it? Oh, it's P. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Sounds good. Okay. All right. All right, so the virtual window, of course, like I said, it's a model thing, so it's not actually going to open, but to toggle the virtual window, you hit Shift W. There you go. And of course, we're going to run with this son of a biscuit open. Let's go ahead and get off that train brake. Oh, and I forgot to look at this. The soups, listen. You can hear the superliners. The door lights are on as well. And, most importantly, the marker lights illuminate on the rear of the train. Now you shut the HEP off. You will not hear sound any longer. And the lights will go off. In fact, I'll try and simulate that here. So we'll hit P again. There you go. So we can't hear anything because we're way back here, naturally. But listen, no more coach sound, no more lights. She's ramping down. So we'll do an exterior. We'll go back up to the front and fire it back up, and then we'll get going because we're going to haul ass. We got like 90 mile an hour. It's part of the fastest bit of the Chief. All right, here we go. Back on. All right, we'll hop inside. Another thing are the wipers. So you hit V and you got slow. Hit it again. A little bit faster. Hit it again. A little bit faster. Hit it again. A little bit faster. And faster they go. And see how they have that kind of nice brake animation there at the end, which is a lot more natural and realistic. And then, of course, Shift V, as in Victor. And they shut off. And they're done. All right, let's get the hell out of Dodge. That's the independent brake, Sean, you ding dong. There we go. All right, give her one notch. Start coming off the Indy. And we're rolling, baby. All right. Get all the way off it here. And we're just going to go for it. There's 2 notches. There's 3. There's 4. Now we're going to get up here on this curve and do a run by because there is rail and flange squeal, joint noises. It's new. It sounds good. See the ditch lights flashing with the horn pole, of course. Give her another notch. It's notch 5. Yeah, those new door marker lights look so damn good, man. Alright, we didn't have much of a curve, so we couldn't really hear it. So we'll give her another notch-a-rooney. It's notch 6. High ball, high green, doing about 55. Another notch. run 8. So we're doing 60, getting there. Not to mention the horn suppression. I don't think I talked about that in the first video, but the horn suppression is very nice as well. I know that's a hard thing to kind of mediate between engine sound or exhaust sound and a horn, but it was done very nicely here, akin to, of course, something like Searchlight simulations. Doing 70, we'll do the bell. It's got that old slow EMD steel tick. Change the horn to the P5, which is control shift space. Oh, it's got that old squeal right in the beginning, P5. And of course the hiss. Alright, we're getting up to about 75. We'll go outside and have a listen. We'll just kind of go down the length of the train here and have a listen, shall we? Listen, the different engines, you can hear them like competing with one another. It sounds amazing. You know, they're not quite in unison, and that's awesome. Those joint sounds are nice. It's not that stupid old clunk, 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 clunk. You know, it sounds legit. Something not reused from 2 decades ago. Bravo. And just listen to the cars themselves kind of rocking back and forth. And there is a very pronounced flange squeal as well. And it you know, it's not like, you know, stab your ear hole with a butter knife kind of sound either. It sounds good. It sounds very good. I'm hoping we get a nice curve here, but I didn't really pick a good spot for curves. Oh, that sounds so damn good, man. Where are we at? Is there a curve up here? Oh, there he is. Alright. Let's see. Maybe we get lucky. It's not much of a curve, but it is a curve nonetheless. Just listen to these things, man. Like the engines, you know? I don't want the engines to be the penultimate star of this pack. These coaches and the baggage cars are very, very great themselves. We're doing 90. Yeah, it wasn't much of a curve, or we're not to it yet. Yeah. Earlier I was testing it out west of Flagstaff in these twisty bits, and it is very prominent and noticeable. I promise you that, and it sounds really good. Do one more speed run by here. God dang, that sounds good, man. As far as train sim mods go, you know, especially for North American content, this is next level. And I'm pretty sure they've got some other stuff in the works. But this is good stuff. This is very good stuff. All right, let's go take a look at all those quick drives here. As she makes her way on down to wherever the hell it'll end up. Hopefully not on a ditch. All right, so in the quick drive menu, you, of course, go to quick drive up here once you have the pack installed. Of course, the appropriate Amtrak long-distance Western train for the route or map, if you will. So you're going to choose that. Like I said, I had Arizona Divide already set up in there. So you click on the rolling stock. Let's scooch over to it here. This is it right here, Amtrak F40PH, and you will definitely know which one is which because it's got that gorgeous Phase 4 livery on there. And look at this, man. So Southwest Chief, Phase 4B, engine, so light engine, her Solo, 11 cars, Empire Builder, 7, Coast Starlight, 12, Zephyr, 9, Southwest Chief. And these are all Phase 4. And then you got 3 Southwest Chief, Empire Builder, Desert Wind Pioneer, very cool, Coast Starlight, Zephyr, Chief, and then Phase 2, and on it goes. So they're already all set up. You don't have to sit around in the editor, unless, of course, you want to. You just hop in one of these and go. But that's it. The Amtrak EMD F40PH Enhancement Pack has arrived. The train has arrived, and thanks to these guys for cracking this thing out and finishing it. It is very, very excellent. I will, of course, link down below where you can go and find this beautiful set that they have put together here. But as always, thanks for watching, guys. And again, to the creators, thanks for giving me a chance to look at this thing and foam over it, you know, and have to clean my desk and keyboard and surroundings many, many times from insane amounts of foamage. But that's it, guys. It's out. It's real. It's not a Rickroll. It's not April 1st. The thing's legit. It's out. Go get it. As usual, thank you for watching, guys. Take care out there. I'll see you next time. Bye.